guys and gals. Starting out the new year a little different. Normally, I come at you with one movie, or maybe I'll pop off with five of a certain genre. And the original suggestion was to do a recap of like the 10 best movies from the previous decade, where it's a new year. But I don't like to review movies if I don't have a copy. And I know that's weird. It's a weird thing. And I'm sure you guys don't care because every time I show them to you, they're backwards anyway. I know you probably don't, it doesn't even, you don't care. I get it. But I care. It matters to me. I want a full presentation. Okay. So I nixed that idea. However, I do have two movies today, the original and a sequel. And I was inspired to do this one because it's about birthdays, and my birthday just passed. Now, it might be a little odd and off-putting to want to celebrate the passing of your birthday with a slasher movie, but by now you got to kind of feel that's just who I am, okay? Now, this one is probably not going to be your favorite slasher movie ever because it's not really gory, it's not bloody and gutsy, it's not like Jason Voorhees or, any of that. This one has a comedic spin to it, so it's even though, people getting killed, it's funny, it's endearing, it's kind of, it's fun to watch for more than just the kill. It is called Happy Death Day. Now, like I said, it may not ever be your favorite ever, but it's a story of this like snooty, snobby little sorority girl who wakes up on the morning of her birthday in a strange dorm of a dude she's never met before. And she, gets up weirded out, like, what did I do last night? She's under the assumption that she somehow partied and blacked out. She gets up, she goes through her day. Um, Later on in the day, there's a party in her honor for her birthday that she's going to. It's supposed to be a surprise party, but you know how that is. She figured it out. But she's on her way and she gets murdered. She wakes up in that same bed, in that same dorm on her birthday. Now, a movie hasn't been made like this since the 80s. It was called Groundhog Day. That one was not horror or slasher or anything like that. Completely different, genre. It was a Bill Murray movie. Um, and now there may have been other ones, but I have not seen them or heard of them since Groundhog Day. But this one is she's living her birthday over and over and over again because she thinks she has to find out who this killer is. And she tries stopping herself from being murdered, but no matter how she goes about her day, the killer finds her, the killer kills her, and she wakes up in that same bed in that same dorm. I'm not going to tell you what happens. I am not a spoiler giver. I hate them, hate spoilers. So I'm not going to do that to you. But Tree, the girl, even though she's snooty, snotty little, kind of girl you kind of want to slap around because of the way she acts, through her going through this, you actually get to know who she really is and why she is the way she is. And she's, had some things going on in her life that kind of, you know, made her put herself in a box a little bit. But as her personal life kind of unfolds while she's going through all this, and you find out she's actually really sweet and funny and witty and goofy in all the right ways, and she has a very open, big heart. Um, so don't worry, you're not going to hate her through the whole thing. Um, the the other movie that I have is the sequel, and I got this one for my birthday. I've already watched it twice, but I'm just going to tell you now, it's not going to be your favorite movie ever. It was not as good as the first, but it is Happy Death Day to You. This one happens the very next day. It does not start out with her, when the screen opens, the movie starts. It's not her, it's a different character from the first one, but it is still her story. So don't let that, deter you or whatever. It's still her story. They started off a little different. It's a little cheesy, which happens in sequels. If you'll notice, they try a little too hard to make it better or whatever than the first, but what they usually end up doing is making it cheesy or making it, too hard to follow, or, they take it a little over the top. And I think that's what they did here. The movies aren't anything special to look at, visual wise. The scenes aren't like artistic or whatever. It's not that kind of a movie. You're not going to be inspired by how they laid out the scenes or anything. But it is a continuation. It does feel like one big movie. So you could literally watch them back to back and feel like you're watching the same movie, which I like. I prefer that kind of a sequel over a sequel it happens later or at the same time but to someone else, because to me that doesn't feel like a sequel. That just feels like a completely separate movie. I like when the stories continue. Um, like I said, the cheesy factor was upped definitely in the second one, but it is worth a watch just so you can complete the story. I don't know if there's going to be a third one. The way they have it set up. Okay, let me back up a little bit. In the first one, you never really find out why she had to relive this day over and over again. You just kind of get the thing that there's some cosmic, you know, interception in her life because they want her to find out who this killer is or whatever. That's really the only thing you can come up with on your own. There's no clues whatsoever as to what triggered this repeat of this day over and over. But in the second one, it actually explains why the whole thing happened. Now, you may think it's a good reason, you may not, but at least you have a reason. If you're one of those people who don't like, or like you want to know everything, you want to know exactly why everything happened and to who and to when, and you want all the answers, you don't want to leave anything, left up to be, thought about later while you're wide awake at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, can't sleep. The first one could leave you like that, but the second one explains it. However, I felt that the second one kind of left some other things open. Not in there could be a third installment kind of way, but just in a, like, I can't even get into it because I don't want to spoil anything. Just know that you may have some questions about the second one that don't get answered. And just leave it at that. That's all I can tell you. If you're a completist like me and you like having a complete set, definitely go get both of them. The first one is definitely worth adding to your collection just because it is, kind of a rare concept of the whole living the same day over and over and over and over and over again. Second one's a little cheesy, not as great as the first, but it is a good sequel. It is a continuation of the first, so it just feels like one big movie. The acting's pretty good. The acting by some of the characters isn't, you know, it's not award winning or anything, but because they have to be so over the top with who they are, it kind of makes sense that the acting is a little goofy. You understand what I'm saying when you watch it. But the main character, Tree, her her actress, I had actually never seen her in anything before that I can remember, and so I was really impressed with this performance. The other actors, the other main actors, they were okay. They're, like I said, they're not award winning. They're not going to get Oscars for these performances ever, but it's not one of those cheesy movies where the acting is horrible and that's why you're watching it, because the acting is so horrible that, like, that's the entertainment of the movie. Nothing like that. They did a good job. You will enjoy it. You will not find the killer scary, I don't think. It's almost as if he's or she or whoever is not meant to be scary to you. It's almost like you're not meant to. He's not. He or she is not meant to be. I'm just gonna say he, just to give it a general thing. He is not meant to be the kind of character that you want to wear at Halloween when you go trick or treating. You're not going to see him in haunted houses somewhere. He's not that kind of. He is in a mask. He is, wearing all black and in a mask like you're not supposed to see his face. We get that, but it's not scary. It's not presented in a scary way. He's not, the next Scream. He's not the next Michael Myers. He's not, his, he's not going to be that. He's more of just solely her, solely her, her, nightmare, and no one else's. So if you like to watch scary movies or thrasher movies because you actually want to be afraid of the person, you're not going to get that from these movies. But other than all the music, you're not going to find, I don't think, anything exciting about the score. I can't even recall one song from the movie, so that's not going to be anything to look out for. It's just, normal background stuff for the scenes. Um, that's about it. That's all I got for you. I didn't hate it. I really do, really, really do like the first one. The second one's just okay. It's good for a sequel. Um, Not going to be your favorite, but definitely worth adding to your collection, I do think. That's all I got for you this time, youngins. Still open for suggestions. It can be any kind of movie, any kind of genre. If I can find it, download it, get my hands on it, whatever, borrow it from a friend, whatever, I will watch it and I will tell you if I hate it, if I love it, if I think everyone should own it, if I think you should shut your mouth about it, never mention it again. I will be honest. You know that I will. But any suggestions, throw them at me. If there's something besides movies that you want me to review, I'm game. Got nothing but life ahead of me. Throw it at me. Books, food, I don't care what it is. I'm your girl. I got you. Okay? Anyway, until next time, watch those movies.